So we have some new numbers that just came out on the withdrawal from Afghanistan, and this is really interesting to me. So I want to give you the partisan breakdown to show you how much of a mind virus tribalism and partisan politics can be. So Political Morning Consult poll that just came out, 76% of Democrats support Biden's full withdrawal from Afghanistan. Now, by the way, it's actually, the media is talking about it as if it's a full withdrawal. It's not really a full withdrawal. There's going to be some contractors left on the ground, most likely, and a couple boots on the ground to help train the Afghanistan military. So it's not really a full withdrawal, but the media is talking about it as if it's a full withdrawal. So when they ask the question, people think it's a full withdrawal. So 76% of Democrats support Biden's, what they think is Biden's full withdrawal from Afghanistan. 59% of independents support a full withdrawal. 42% of Republicans support a full withdrawal. And by the way, the number of Republicans that are against the plan now is 43%. So 42% support Biden's full withdrawal, 43% oppose Biden's full withdrawal. Okay, that's a poll that just came out. Now we rewind to 2019, 2020, when Trump's still president, and he made a deal with the Taliban, and the media reported this as a deal to fully withdraw. Now, by the same token, it wasn't really a full withdrawal. He was going to keep some contractors on the ground and going to keep some boots on the ground to train the Afghanistan military. But again, the media talked about it as if the deal with the Taliban would lead to a full withdrawal. Okay, so at that time, when they polled it, 60% of Democrats supported Trump's deal to get out. 67% of Republicans supported Trump's deal to get out. So do you see the difference in the numbers there? If you tell a Democratic voter that a Democratic president wants to end the war, they support it by 16 points more than if you tell a Democratic voter that a Republican wants to get us out of war. I mean, that's devastating. It shows that partisan politics and tribalism is a mind virus, and it makes people irrational. But it's actually even worse among Republicans. So among Republicans, if you tell them a Republican wants to end a war, they are 25 points more likely to agree with it than if you tell a Republican that a Democratic president wants to end a war. So 16-point difference among Democratic voters, 25-point difference among Republican voters. So instead of just thinking of the issue as the issue, they think like, hey, what's my team saying on this? And whatever they're saying right now is the position that I'll adopt. Now, to be fair, the good news that comes out of this is it's still a majority of Americans in both polls. So I think the number was 59% of all Americans support Biden's plan to get out of Afghanistan. And I guess it was roughly the same when Trump said he wants to get out of Afghanistan. So the good news is, no matter what, it's a majority. But the bad news is, you really see, the partisan brainworms take over, even when it comes to issues as dire and devastating and serious as life and death and war. And that's upsetting, man. That's really depressing to me. That's really depressing. So I urge all of you, and I don't think I need to say this because I think most of the people in my audience already do this, but I urge all of you, for the love of God, think about the issues on their own merit. Don't, look to whoever you view as a leader on your team to guide you. You can think for yourself. You have your own morals, you have your own ethics, you have your own internal compass. And if somebody who you otherwise dislike or somebody who's part of the other team does something good, you can admit it. That's called intellectual honesty. That's called having principles. And unfortunately, so many people who are involved in politics don't think about this stuff that way. And it really, really drives me crazy. But again, I guess the positive takeaway is, no matter what, it's a majority that wants to get out of Afghanistan. It's just that the numbers change quite a bit simply based on partisan politics.